All right, hey guys, this is part 2 of the video for notes for bonding. What we're going to do now is I gave y'all some problems that I wanted y'all to work on. That was right below the notes video. The ones that I want you to practice on prior to checking your answers here is bonding nitrogen with hydrogen, sodium with bromine, fluorine with fluorine, carbon and hydrogen, and those are it. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 practice. So now let's go through and look at these. I'm going to real quick erase this and I'm going to rewrite it. So you should have done this before opening this video. So we had nitrogen. Look on your periodic table and locate nitrogen on your periodic table and find out what group he is in. Then we have hydrogen. What group is he in? How many valence electrons does hydrogen have? So I'm going to do, he is in group, yep, do this, cheat sheet. Nitrogen, is that the one I had? Nitrogen, he is in group 5. Erase info, there. And hydrogen is in group 1. So nitrogen is in group 5. So how many valence electrons does nitrogen have? Hydrogen is in group 1. How many valence electrons does hydrogen have? So group 1, or I'm sorry, group 5, valence electrons, 5. He is in group 1, valence electrons, 1. So let's draw nitrogen's Lewis dot structure. So this is the Lewis dot structure. Then you have hydrogen with his lonely electron, his one lonely one. He gives this one. But does that make nitrogen happy? We cannot right now, we cannot pair these two together. We cannot do that right now. We're going to learn after the test how we can manipulate these electrons to be able to go from single bonds, which would be this right here, that's one single bond, how we can create a double bond and having 4 electrons on one side. Then we're going to go to a triple bond to see how we can have 6 electrons. So that's just getting you set up and prepared for the next step after your test. Right now, all we are concerned with is a single bond between one element's valence electron and another element's valence electron. That's all we care about right now. So if we redraw this, we have nitrogen here with his 2 buddied electrons on top and these electrons right here. We have hydrogen bonded. How many more valence electrons does nitrogen have that is not happy? How can we make these electrons happy? We can just call over another hydrogen and call over this one. I'm sorry, I need to make that purple because I'm trying to keep it separate. Call over another hydrogen. This hydrogen helps out. It makes a bond. So this is what I'm going to do. Here, oh, that's too light. I'm going to darken this up so you can see the pathway that we're going. So we've gone this way, okay? That was one bond. We have a second bond, which is going to now come to two hydrogens bonded to nitrogen. I'm going to just scooch it over because I don't want to put it too close to each other. One here, these together. Let's go. Hydrogen is here. Hydrogen is here. And then we have this one. How many more valence electrons does nitrogen have right now that is angry, that he needs to make happy? He has one left. One right there. So all he has to do is call over one more hydrogen and say, hydrogen, come help me out. I need you. Hydrogen's on his way in bonds. So we went from no electrons being happy to one electron being happy. We went from no electrons happy to one electron happy to two electrons happy. Now we're having all three of nitrogen's electrons happy as can be. They're all sedated. They're all calm. They're all on Prozac. Everybody's happy. Everyone's sedated. Everyone's nice and calm. They've got each other. They're in their little group. They don't need nobody else. It's just the four of them. Okay? And like I said in the notes video, after the test and everything, we're going to learn how we can make this group ticked off again. How we can divorce them and make nitrogen mad and give hydrogens the boot. Okay? But that's going to add on to the story later. But right now, the bond nitrogen and hydrogen. This is our final product. This is what we end up with after we bond these four elements together. I need a highlighter. There is our product. I just cleaned it up. So nitrogen and three hydrogens. And if you wanted to write the compound for it in a proper way, it's ammonia, NH3. Okay, let's go on to our next one, sodium and bromine. This one should be very easy. I'm gonna rewrite it real quick. We have sodium. Look at what group sodium is in, and then go look for bromine. So sodium is Na, bromine is Br. Sodium is in group 1, valence electron 1. Bromine is in group 7. So he has 7, I did that too quick, 7 valence electrons. So here's bromine. Take bromine, go straight up. Group 7. There we go. Group 7, valence electron 7. So bromine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it does not matter how you draw which way you take your electrons, but you do this. 1, 2, you draw one on each side to make a box. Then you go around, place them in your buddies. So I have 7 valence electrons. Hydrogen has 1. They're both angry, they're both violent. Hydrogen comes and bonds with bromine. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Makes a hydrogen bromide. And this is our Lewis dot structure for hydrogen bromide. The reason it goes from bromine to bromide is because bromine gains this electron. And when you gain an electron, you go from bromine to bromide. Just like if when males and females get married, or when people get married, they may take their spouse's last name. So they change their maiden name to their married name. So like for me, I went from York to Gale when I got married. Bromine didn't like hydrogen's ending. So he changed his own and made it special. Went from bromine to bromide because he gained that electron. Okay, I'll let y'all do that for a second. And moving on. So we have 2 fluorines. You're thinking, Miss Gale, I thought they can only accept. They can. But think of fluorine as a puzzle piece. How puzzle pieces, you can connect them because one will be a different shape than the other. And they fit in and connect. So let's look how fluorine does this. I'm going to rewrite this for a second. So we have, look for fluorine on your periodic table and figure out which group he is in. So we can figure out how many valence electrons he has. That is too dark. Let's do nice and green. Yeah, that's better. Fluorine. So it's F and F. This is easy because it's just one element. So all we need is to know it is in group 7 valence electrons. Of 7. So let's draw their valence electron shell, their Lewis dot structure at fluorine. I'm going to go this way so we can see how they bond. And then fluorine. Scooch this one over so it doesn't look like it's right underneath it. There we go. So if we were to take this one right here and move it over, look at that puzzle. That fits so nicely. We take that fluorine because he needs one, and the other fluorine needs one as well. They can share those 2 electrons between each other and make a puzzle piece. and they fit so nicely. So if you're able to have two or more colors and you're able to look at it in a puzzle and connect them, it will make it so much easier instead of just doing it in pen or pencil in one color. Because if you see that I can do it in two right here, and you can see my electrons are lining up. Fluorine was pretty easy. Let's go and do our last one, carbon and hydrogen. So we have carbon and hydrogen. I'm going to rewrite it. Go look up carbon on your periodic table. And find out what group he is in, and then find out how many valence electrons he has. And then do the same thing for hydrogen. So hydrogen is just H, carbon is C. Carbon is in group 4, and he has 4 valence electrons. Hydrogen, we should know this one by now. Group 8, or group 1, I'm sorry, group 1, valence electrons 1. Let's draw carbon's Lewis dot structure for a second. We got an issue. Carbon has 4. How many lonely and group valence electrons does carbon have? 4. Let's remember how many hydrogen has. Is hydrogen going to do it for carbon? Is this one lonely little bitty hydrogen going to fulfill carbon's needs? Let's see that. Not necessarily. No, not at all. Carbon is still angry, still violent, still wants more. So carbon, let's rewrite this for a second. Let's do carbon here, here. Let's draw his one hydrogen buddy. And he's like, I still have 3. I still have 3 more. How can I make these 3 happy? What if we take another hydrogen? Okay, he goes, I'm settled down a little bit, but I still want more. This ain't enough. Let's rewrite it. I still have 2 more. So let's do this. Oh, I'm gonna run out of room because I'm trying to. So carbon here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hydrogen here. Hydrogen here. Hydrogen here. I still have 1 more. 1 more. Is all of his electrons happy now? Let's rewrite it one more time. So we have carbon here, here, hydrogen, are all of his electrons happy now? He's got a pair here, here, here. I'd say they're all happy. And that is how we bond carbon and hydrogen to make CH4, which is methane. So that is bonding. I hope you did well. If you have any questions, remember, come to tutorials. and we can work on this together. If you're remote, I do have tutorial Zoom link that you are more than welcome to utilize. The times and times are in our Canvas course. And for face-to-face, if you cannot make it face-to-face students, face-to-face in class for tutorials, you can jump into the Zoom tutorial link as well for tutorials. Utilize it. I am here for you. So if you do not utilize it, I can't help you if you're out of class. So until next time, see you guys later.